Everybody, it's Ancient Meddler, and I'm back again doing an album review this time. I've never done one of those before, so this will be the first time I've done it. Today we're going to be doing ACDC's Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. So I'm going to go through the whole album, song by song, and we'll listen to a little bit of each one, and I'll talk about what I think about it and give you some of my feedback on this epic album. So, um, just to get started, so I've been away for quite a while, as you may know. I haven't really put anything out for several months, and there's a lot of reasons why. Uh, I had a pretty bad accident and was recuperating from that, and some other stuff going on. So just haven't really been able to focus on it. And as my son likes to tell me, I have ADHD or OCD or something. So I get obsessed with things and I start doing them and get carried away, and then I get burnt out on it, and then I quit and I don't do it and I don't touch it for a long time. So yeah, that's true. uh, mm, that hit pretty close to home. So that's definitely true. I know at one point I think I did 14 reaction videos in one day, um, yeah, which you could say might be a little much. Anyway, so when I started doing some videos this weekend and I had to pull them all down, I did three different videos, all about 5 hours altogether. One of them was 90 minutes long. It was all the music that had influenced me growing up from the time up until about high school, graduation of high school, around that time period. Songs, music, and bands that really influenced me, and I'm going to try working on that and producing it a little bit better. Uh, but I forgot to turn the audio on. I had it muted, so you couldn't hear. You could hear me talk, but you couldn't hear any of the music that I played. So I pulled that down, and I did two reactions. I did this reaction, this review of Dirty Deeds, and I did a reaction to Judas Priest Crown of Horns, and so I pulled all three of them down. I just reshot the Crown of Horns video, so that's coming out. You should be able to see that today. This one I'll try and get it done today too. I'm going to try to go a little faster than I did last time, because when I did it before it was like 45, 46 minutes to get through the whole album. We can't listen to every song. We can't listen to the whole album that way. I wish we could. Maybe on Patreon I'll do that. I'll go through and listen to the whole thing, or find a way to do a live stream where we can live stream the whole thing and go through it and talk about it one evening. But but for now, we're just gonna hit the songs and talk about them, and go through the playlist a little bit, and just really give you an appreciation of the album, and what my thoughts on the album were, and some anecdotes and things around why it mattered to me. But that doesn't work. There it is. So this is the album. It's Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. And I read a little bit of the background when I did this video the other day. I'm not going to go through that, but I will tell you just from my perspective. So ACDC was a band that I fell in love with in the late 70s when I was in high school. I never really knew about them until I got into high school, and then, excuse me, a bunch of the older kids were into it. I think High Voltage had been out, and they loved High Voltage. And then in '79, I think it is '79, Highway to Hell came out, and it was phenomenal. And it was produced, I think, by Mutt Lang, right? So it's like the audio quality just, and the production quality went through the roof on from prior records. And so Highway to Hell blew me away because every single song on that album was fantastic. There's not a bad song on it, right? And then Bon Scott died in February. I think February of '80. Bon Scott died, and then by the fall of that year, they had already put out a new album with a new lead singer, and we didn't know what to think. We didn't know what to expect. We were diehard Bon Scott fans and ACDC fans, and so we lived with that tragedy of losing Bon. And then this album came out, and part of it was like, yay, there's an ACDC album coming out. But at the same time, it was like, is this a betrayal to Bon Scott's memory that they've already moved on and got somebody else? And how's this guy going to follow that? How can you follow Bon Scott, that epic voice? How can you do that? And they decided to go in a completely different direction and not try to get somebody that sounds like Bon Scott, which is genius. It's the right thing to do. And Back in Black came out. And so Back in Black blew us away because, oh my God, here they go again. Every single song on the record's fantastic. And then Back in Black went on to become one of the greatest selling albums of all time. It's probably the greatest hard rock album of all time. Um, and so they were very popular in the United States in the 79, 80, and going into 81, right? That they had two albums that were still both of them in the charts, still of them both of them doing really well, and both of them phenomenal. And so I think the record company, they had never released Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap in the United States, so we had never heard it, right? And then in 81 they decided to release Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap in the US because of Bon Scott's death and because of the popularity of Back in Black and Highway to Hell. Was it a money grabbing thing? Could be. Maybe it was. Or was it a tribute? I don't know. I'm not involved in it, so I can't really say, as my Twitter feed, which I don't know how to shut off, starts going crazy. I don't know. So it doesn't really matter because the music is phenomenal. So they released this. We thought, holy cow, another new ACDC album. For us, it was new, right? And so, and with Bon Scott. Oh my God. And it was like, which is the best one? We'd have arguments, but which of these albums is the best album, right? And again, every single song on Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap is phenomenal. There's not a bad song on it, and I'm going to prove that to you right now because we're going to get started. So first up is the title track, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. And I hope you can hear it. Yay! Looks like you can because the media's going off, as opposed to last time. So one thing I want to say, I don't want to interrupt too much, but I want to say that, I am going to interrupt a lot. So that's one of the things about ACDC that sets them apart from other bands. And one of the things that I really like about them is they're immediately identifiable. When you hear them within a couple notes, you automatically know who it is. It's either ACDC or it's Airborne. It's that's a joke. If you don't know Airborne, you should. They sound a lot like ACDC, which is a good thing. And they have this very simple sound, and it's very stripped down. It's just a simple chords, right? Very simple chords, and that's just two chords back and forth, or maybe three chords, right? Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, it's like three chords back and forth, and it's just so simple. The rhythm guitar playing Malcolm is incredible, and then the lead guitar from Angus is on top of that is just amazing. But they are able to do so much with so few notes and such strong power chords, and the way it's just amazing. It automatically gets you feeling. And this song's called Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, and it automatically gets you feeling this kind of like kind of feeling, right? Just from that. So and then Bon, with his incredible vocals, comes in and starts singing, and we have no idea what he says. They get the first line. I don't know what it said. I had no idea what the second line said. Even to this day, I still don't know the lyrics to the second line of that song. But, and being that I'm American, I'm not British or Australian, as the case may be. I know that they're an Australian band, but they also are Scottish. Some of them are Scottish and British, and so it's a mixture of Scottish, British, and Australian, because I know they moved, and then Bon's British and all that stuff. So yeah, it's all the UK, right? And so don't write me, okay? Whatever. So the lyrics to that first line: if you're having trouble with the high school head, right? So for me growing up as a kid in rural North Carolina in 1979, 80, 81, when I heard those lyrics, I didn't know it meant the head of the school. We call that a principal where I come from, right? It's not the headmaster. And so high school head is a completely different thing where I grew up. High school head is like the kids who hung out on the smoking patio wore the uniform of Levi's jeans and a blue, what is it, chambray, blue chambray shirt. It was either a blue chambray shirt or a black T-shirt with a rock band logo on it. A wallet with a chain that hung down and clipped onto your belt, and then like a rat tail comb in your other pocket. It was kind of uniform, and they smoked weed, and they were potheads, and so everybody called them heads, and so they were the clique. It was the head clique. And so to me, if you're having trouble with the high school head, it must have been like one of the people in that clique who's like a badass who's threatening to beat you up or something. That's what I thought. I didn't know it was about the principal of the school. Anyway, backing up a little.
On this bed is what you gotta do. Pick up the phone, I'm always home. Call me anytime. Just ring 362436. Hey, I need a life of crime. Dirty deeds, got the cheek. Dirty deeds, got the cheek. Dirty deeds, got the cheek. Dirty deeds and the thunder cheek. Dirty deeds and the thunder cheek.
Incredible, right? So this is it's an incredible song. It's a great song. It just gets you moving and gets your heart rate up. You feel the energy, and then live, this is incredible. And then the chorus is just something that you just want to sing along to. And that's the thing about so many ACDC songs, is that they're approachable to people. I think there's a term for this they call pub rock, and that's what Airborne says they are. They're just a pub rock band. And yeah, for a teenager who was exploring uh, beer and marijuana and girls, uh, and hanging out in cars and doing things we shouldn't have, and just being troublemakers, ACDC was the bomb. And so this is it. Yeah, I can relate. And then the song goes on. There's other choruses about other people you have trouble with, and some of the stuff. It's just amazing. Um, it's just, don't anybody write about my face itching. Okay, I have what do you call it? Rosacea. I think it's rosacea. I have rosacea, and so it's dry and itchy. I have a little bit of winter itch going on. So I don't have a cocaine habit. I gave that up in 1984, 5. Anyway, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. That's the title track to that song, and I thought that was great. And then, as a guy, macho kind of wanting to be macho kind of guy, we were like, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, rah, 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 rah. And then the next song was even more for guys. It's about falling in love for the first time. I think that's what it's about. Well, it's first something. Maybe love at first feel. Oh yeah, like chord just says pow.
You never told me where you came from. You never told me your name.
What I like about this song and several of the songs on this album is they all have this kind of blues sound. They're very blues oriented, and they got that shuffle rhythm going, and it's just that basic rhythm the that you play in when you play blues. There's a blues scale that you play, and it's just this rock and roll back in the 50s and the late 50s, early 60s, was a lot of these kind of songs that had the same basic structure and the same basic rhythm, the same basic melody on this blues scale. And there's a certain pattern to it. And when you learn to play guitar and you learn to play blues, especially in blues rock, it's all about playing those three notes on this rhythm, four, and it's just going back and forth between them in a certain pattern. It's like you play the bass note for like 8, and then you shift up for a couple, and then you shift back down below it for a couple, and then you come back and land back on the starting point again. And you hear it all the time in songs. And these songs, the songs in this album, they all, not all of them, a lot of them follow that pattern. And then some of them take it and they twist it up a little bit and they make it different. So it's the same thing, but it's not the same thing. There's a heart to it, a core to it that is similar, and that's what we feel and that's what we connect to, but they're able to make it different. And so, yeah, I love that. I love that about this. Yeah.
I didn't know if you were legal tender, but I'd spend it just the same.
I didn't know if you were legal tender, but I spend it just the same.
And I didn't know it could happen to me, but I fell in love in the first degree.
I didn't know it could happen to me, but I fell in love in the first degree. See, I understand these lyrics, right? This is that first song. Some of those lyrics are a little hard to understand. But yeah, I get these.
It was love at first feel. Love at first feel. Yeah.
Love at first feel.
First touch was too much. Ow.
I love this song. It's such a fun song. It's you want to call it dirty, call it dirty. It's not comparing that to today's standards for what is a dirty song. This is as clean as you could be, right? It's just a fun rock and roll song about falling in love at first feel. Nothing wrong with that, right? All right, so then from there we went on. We're already getting blown away, right? When we first heard this, we're like, "Wow, this is great!" And yeah, there's some similarities to some of the songs from Highway to Hell. It's that kind of the bluesy sound. There's a lot of that. Very different from Back in Black. But the song immediately captured the minds of 16, 17-year-old adolescent males who like dick jokes and fart jokes and stuff like that. So, which we did, right? It's balls, right? How can you go wrong with a song about balls? And it's called Big Balls. And yeah, the song is one continuous double entendre all the way through. Is he talking about the kind of balls where you dance, or is he talking about actual balls, right? Of course he's talking about balls where you dance, but the joke is he really, right? And anyway, so this one kind of blew me away, and I still love it to this day. And again, it's back to the same basic pattern on the guitar with these very simple, quite often people play them with open tuning, so you don't have to bar the chord, right? And you just go, there's 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. This one's 9, 7, right? So it depends on where you are on your tabs and on your scale and where you are on the neck of the guitar, right? But it's so simple. It's so simple. Even I can play it. Well, I don't play it well. I'm no Malcolm Young, right? But even I can hack at it. And so yeah. Here we go. Big Balls. Just up and down.
Well, I'm upper class, high society. God's gift to ballroom notoriety.
I love what Bond's doing here. He's putting on that kind of affectation to his voice to sound very posh and very sophisticated English people, which we're not here. But you get that. And so, yeah, he's trying to say upper class high society. Yes, this is what it's about. It's not about dirty balls.
And I always fill my ballroom. The event is never small. The social pages say I've got the biggest balls of all. I've got big balls. I've got big balls. They're such big balls, and they're dirty big balls. And he's got big balls, and she's got big balls.
She's got big balls? Okay, Bond.
But we've got the biggest
we do.
And my balls are always bouncing, and my ballroom always full, and everybody comes and comes again. If your name is on the guest list, no one can take you higher. Everybody says I've got great balls of fire. I've got big balls.
I've got big balls. And you've got big balls. And he's got big balls, and she's got big balls. But we've got the biggest balls of them all. All right, so that's big balls. And then the rest of the song, it's really fun, and it's hilarious, and there's great guitar work in there, which I don't know where the guitar solos are. If I did, I'd go play one of them for you, but I could sit here and hunt around for it. But we're going to jump to the end of this because I want you to hear the end of this because it transitions into the next song. And so many times you hear people do reactions of big balls, especially if you're watching other people do reactions of big balls. When it gets to the end of the song, it kind of gives this thing where they're singing, I don't know what they're chanting something, and then this other guitar kicks in. This much more up-tempo song begins because it kind of bleeds into the next song, and then they stop, and I'm going, no, don't stop it, because that's a good song. Because I love the song that comes after this. It's called Rocker, and it's about rocking out, and it's a rock song, and it's like really fast, and my fingers get numb when I play it on guitar because you have to go through that. It's the same basic blues pattern on the guitar, and it's like 3-4-5, 3-4-5, and you do that, but it's so fast, right? And the shuffle and everything. Yeah, it's amazing. I love it. And then his singing's great. The lyrics are great, but it's about being a rock star. It's about a rocker. What is it to be a rocker? I'm a rocker. Are you a rocker? All right, here we go. This is Rocker. I was gonna go to the end of the Love It First, Big Balls. So confused. Go back to the song. Play the song. Go to the end of the song. I want you to hear that transition. There it goes. And then it goes into this. Hear that? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm walking all over his guitar, so I'm gonna back up and play it again. But if you listen to the song, it's like it's the same thing, right? Let's go back. Oh! A little further.
Tattoos. I'm a rocker. I'm a roller. I'm a rocker. I'm a roller. I'm a rocker. I'm a roller. I'm a rock and roller man. I'm a rocker. I'm a roller. 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 I'm a rocker.
All right. I said I wasn't going to play the whole songs. I just love that song so much. That's Rocker Yeah. So I said I wasn't going to do that, and I did it. Oh, not that song. It's a bumper from an old one. So yeah, that was Rocker, and I love that song. You can tell, right? So, and you're lucky because the last time I recorded this, when I didn't have the audio being recorded, I was singing. I sang a lot. I'm a rocker. I'm a roller. I'm a rock and rollin' man. I sang a lot of these. So I'm trying not to do that today because I don't want anybody to die. All right, so then it goes into I think this is the last song on the first side of the album, and it's called Problem Child, which kicks major ass. So yeah, this one, Problem Child, for me was like this was my favorite song on side one because I thought he's singing about me because I'm a problem child and get out of my way or step aside because I'm a problem child. Right, this is Problem Child, badass song, right? And I heard that, I was like, oh yeah. Oh, yeah. You can tell Bond likes it too.
Cut this.
Cut this.
I'm hot, and when I'm not, I'm cold as ice. Get out of my way, just step aside, or pay the price. What I want, I take. What I don't, I break. And I don't want you. With a flick of my knife, I can change your life. There's nothing you can do. I'm a problem child. I'm a problem child. Yes, I am. I'm a problem child. And I'm wild.
I love that. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. Problem Child. Epic song. Fantastic song. So, okay. So let's just take a little inventory so far. We have done Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, the title track to the album. Kicks ass. Fantastic song. And then we followed that up with Love at First Feel. You know, about a young man or woman exploring for the first time female breasts. Or something. And then next one is Big Balls, which speak for themselves. Don't big balls speak for themselves? I think big balls speak for themselves. Okay, and then we go from there. We go into Rocker, which was a rocker and a half, and then we ended that with Problem Child, which is I'm not tough enough for that to be my theme song, but at the time I thought I was. And then we move into side two. I think this is side two, and then there's this. I don't know. You know, it was great when you had albums because you could flip them over and you knew what was on each side. So I'm not sure, but I think that's the way it worked. Next one's called There's Gonna Be Some Rocking. And this is just another rock and roll song, very blues oriented, very tied back to the 50s kind of rock sound, but about a rock concert. You know, like we're gonna go play in this club and we're gonna play some music and there's gonna be some rocking. That's what it's all about, right? And yeah, just again, it kicks ass. It just feels like you're in a pub, right? This is what pub rock is all about, right? Drinking your pint of Guinness. Have some fun. Come on. There's gonna be some rocking. There's gonna be some rocking. There's gonna be some rocking. At the show tonight. Every night there's a rock and roll queen gonna quiver and quake, gonna shake her thing. Gonna be some rocking. There's gonna be some rocking. There's gonna be some rocking at the show tonight. It's a rock and roll show. It's a rock and roll show. It definitely is a rock and roll show. Play it, Angus. Makes me want to do the twist. My chair. Be some rockin'. All right, so there's gonna be some rockin', and then it slows it down a little bit, takes it down, and says, okay, we're doing all this hard work, making all this rock and roll for all you people to listen to, and the money. This was back in '75 in Australia when they recorded this, right? So the money wasn't there yet. So it's like, one day we might make it big and we're going to be rolling in the money. But, having to wait for that, it ain't no fun. It ain't no fun waiting around to be a millionaire. There it is.
The following is a true story. Only the names have been changed to protect the guilty.
The following is a true story. Only the names have been changed to protect the guilty.
Well, I left my job in my hometown, and I headed for the smoke.
I was going to say something. I talked a little bit about the way these songs all have that kind of blues pattern to it, the blues scale. And so this one, it is, but they hold that main part. They hold it instead of 8 bars or 12 bars, but they hold it for like almost the whole song. And then at certain points they'll change it when they get to the chorus and stuff, but it just goes that same, it's not one note, but it's a series of notes that plays that pattern, and it just plays it repetitively. And for me, it's intentional. It's intentional in the fact that it drives that repetitive nature, makes you want what's coming. You are waiting too. We're waiting to be a millionaire. We're waiting for the punch of the rest of the song, right? So they're bringing us on this journey of waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And while we're waiting, we're just doing the same thing, repeating the same thing. I mean, how amazing is that you can make an entire song like this with just this one pattern of playing with the repetitive nature of it, and it works.
Got a rock and roll band and a fast right hand. When we get to the top, nothing's gonna stop us, no nothing. So if you got the money, we got the sound. You put it up, and we'll put it down. If you got the dollar, we got the song. Just wanna boogie woogie all night long. Yeah. I got holes in my shoes, I got holes in my teeth, I got holes in my socks, I can't get no sleep. I'm trying to make a million.
I got holes in my shoes. I got holes in my teeth. I got holes in my socks. I can't get no sleep. And I'm trying to make a million.
And I got patches.
I got patches. Oh, the patches.
On my old blue jeans.
I've been there. Patches on the patches.
They used to be blue,
Well, they used to
they
be.
used to be new,
Used to be new.
when they used to be clean. But I got a mama who's a hummer.
Hummer.
Just keeping me alive while I'm in the band room drinking with the boys. She's working 9 to 5.
Working 9 to 5.
You know, there's a place that woman. Just you wait. One of these days, see me driving around town in my rock and rolls, right with the sunroof down. My bottle of booze, no summertime blues. Shout 'em out, look at me in my rock and roll voice.
And now it finally is going to change.
It ain't no fun. Yeah.
It ain't no fun waiting around to be a millionaire. You know, and he waited a long time to be a. There's another song they have. It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll, right? He waited a long time to be on top and to be that millionaire. And no sooner had he reached the pinnacle and made it to the top, he froze to death, drunk in his car. Tragedy. All right. So remember that, right? For us in America, when we first heard this album in 1981, it was fresh after the death of Bon Scott. And so these songs kind of left a mark on us. The next one's really left a mark. It's a slowing it down even more, and really one of the most emotionally evocative songs that ACDC put out from my perspective. It's a song called Ride On. And when you hear it, you're going to hear this blues sound. You're going to say, that sounds really, 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 really bluesy. It feels so bluesy, it sounds really familiar. And it's going to hit you, and it hit me. It sounds a lot like ZZ Top. And specifically, was it Jesus Done Left Chicago? It's the same basic blues as that. Very, 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 very the same. I don't know. Does this mean the same in any kind of sign language anywhere in the world? I don't think so. All right, this is called Ride On. Not Right On, Ride On. It's just so good. I'm already feeling it, right? Jesus done left
It's
Chicago.
another lonely evening.
Sorry, Bon. Let's go back.
It's another lonely evening in another lonely town.
It gives me the blues.
But I ain't too young to worry. I ain't too old to cry when a woman gets me down.
Yeah, sing it.
Got another empty bottle.
Oh yeah.
In another empty bed.
Yep.
Ain't too young to admit it. No, I'm not too old to lie. I'm just another empty head. That's why I'm lonely. I'm so lonely. But I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna ride on. Standing on the edge of the road, thumb in the air. One of these days I'm gonna change my evil ways. Till then I'll just keep riding on.
All right, I can't play the rest of this. I get sad when I hear it. I get the blues, man. It's a beautiful song. I love the song. I love singing the song. I love playing air guitar to the song. If I had drank a little bit before I did this video, I probably would be singing a lot more. All right, so again, let's recap. Dirty D's Done Dirt Cheap, Love at First Feel, Big Balls, Rocker, Problem Child, first side, unbelievably good. Second side, There's Gonna Be Some Rockin', Ain't No Fun Waiting Around to Be a Millionaire, and Ride On. Last song on the album. Are they gonna let us down? Is it gonna disappoint? How can a song about a woman who makes a lot of noise when you have sex let you down. This song is called Squealer. Yeah. I love the lyrics to this song too. Bass.
She said she'd never been touched before.
Oh wow. It's like a little bit of ASMR, right? It's like he's really drawing us in with the way he's singing. It's like that soft kind of voice, that mysterious sound, and then tries to draw us, get our attention, and say, "Come pay attention to me. Come pay attention to my voice, because I'm singing a song, and it's very mysterious about what I'm singing." She said she'd never been touched before. Oh, I see.
She said she'd never been this far before.
Oh, she'd never been this far before. What'd you go out to get in a car ride and go somewhere? Why are we out in the country, Bud? I've never been this far before. No, don't think so.
She said she'd never liked to be excited. She said she always had to fight it.
To digress, the guitar on this, listen to the guitar. What's happening with the guitar? What is happening with the guitar? It's one chord, and he's just hitting one chord. Vroom. The bass is incredible. That bass rhythm is just off the charts, right? And then the guitar is just a simple thing. Malcolm playing rhythm.
And she never won. She said she'd never been bowed before. And I don't think she'll ever bow no more.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, he fixed her good.
And I held her hand. I made her understand. When I kissed her lips. Sucked her fingertips. Hey. Ooh, started getting hot. Made it hard to stop. Got too much. I think I've got a magic touch.
Anyway, I'm not going to play the rest of that. So that's the end of the album. So as you can see, every single song on that album was fantastic, and nothing disappointed. We got the last song on there. It starts out slow, builds into this great crescendo at the end, and then just kind of goes out with the same thing, the chorus at the end, and it's just incredible. So that was Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, the album. As you can see, it's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorite ACDC albums. It's in my top 3 of ACDC albums, with Back in Black, Highway to Hell, and Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. All 3 albums in the United States came out within 2 years of each other, and not a single bad song on any of those 3 albums. So if you agree with me, let me know in the comments. If you like what I did today, let me know. If you want me to do more reactions to full albums, let me know. I can do that. If you just want me to go to hell in a handbasket, I can do that too. Or if you liked it, let me know. If you didn't like it, let me know. Like, subscribe. If you want more, come back. Join the dark side. And we'll talk to you guys next time. So I am back, and I'm going to be doing more, and I will. I'm probably not going to do 14 in a day, but I'll be doing. All right. See you guys. Bye.